Are we talking about Sunbelt Billy tonight? We might be talking about Sunbelt Billy tonight, Casey. But right now, we have to get to these schedule predictions, SEC schedule and record predictions. And we're just going to go down the line alphabetical. Mm-hmm. I think that's the best way to do it. And so at the end, so let's try to save the predictions that you guys have sent me for the end, but we can just go down the line, and then by deductive reasoning, the viewers can figure that out. All right, starting first, the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Be a hot start right here.
This is a hot start.
Probably a team that might be atop multiple people's standings, but when you look at the schedule, of course we know what's week 1. It's Florida State hosting Bama, and hopefully they do the job that LSU could not. Sorry, Logan. And that is put FSU out the misery early and really kick them off the pedestal. Because for some reason, after 2-10, we are seeing a very hyped up FSU crowd right now.
Yeah. And I don't get hung up on this because we could spend a while on this. All my FSU friends are like, we're beating Bama. And I'm like, all right.
I started doing that early, like in the off season, like just to like rage bait people. And then people started actually holding that opinion. And I was like,
yeah.
Like I can't do this anymore.
They're FSU fans.
Yeah. Exactly.
So they're going to be belligerently obscene and just like they're not going to make sense at all. Duchesne Gillis says, my prediction, all of Rob's predictions will be wrong. Thanks, Duchesne.
That's typically pretty accurate when you think about it.
I don't know. I'm pretty good at picking when it comes to in the season. Now, my predictions today, I reserve the right to completely change my predictions today.
I think we all know Florida State. We're all agreeing on that they're going to win this one. I mean, we can probably sit here.
I think they could drop.
I think that's a win. I think it's a win.
It's a 3-0 start for sure.
Toss up. Georgia's a toss up for me, but I have Alabama winning that game early on.
I have Bama winning against Georgia.
That's the question right there. The Georgia game is the big question. Now, Florida State week 1 at Florida State with a minus 25,000 person Doak Campbell Stadium. That could be a little different. Like, people are saying it's not going to affect it that much. I saw Danny Cannell saying once you get past 50,000, it doesn't really matter. I think people from Death Valley and Ben Hill Griffin Stadium would beg to differ, but
especially because like your 50,000 stadiums are in the range of NC State's.
Right.
I mean, when you think about it, Jackson State, the HBCU, has a 60,000 person stadium. I mean, come on, like, you know, when Deion was there, he would fill that thing up. Mm-hmm. Now that'd be shell shocking to anybody in the FCS, right? But when you play at LSU every other year, or when you play at Tennessee when you're not playing at LSU that year, it's really not going to affect you that much.
Mm-hmm. I think Doak's still going to be hostile just because the environment, the people doing the job.
Week 1 in Doak's always going to be a good one. Doesn't matter who's coming to town. Doesn't matter how good the team is. Yeah. Week 1 in Doak always going to be fun. And I die on that.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say it's a toss-up, though. So they win that game. Georgia, are we all three saying? Logan, what do you think here with Georgia?
I think they drop it to Georgia. Like, Georgia is just a more, like, I'm more confident in Georgia. Like, even though Alabama's Alabama, I don't know. I've never seen their quarterback play football. Mm-hmm. Like, it's still kind of up in the air. Like, who knows? There seems to be a lot more parity in general. Georgia's at home. I think they'll be, like, comfortable.
I heard this on that SEC podcast. I think some guy from Athlon Sports came on there. Forgot his name. So give him credit. But he said Georgia's team this year has the highest blue chip rating out of any team Kirby Smart's coached at Georgia this year. Not saying, and think about all the good teams. That's what he was saying. Yeah.
Rob of a stat.
Well, it's not even my stat, but yeah, I remembered it because I was like, that's pretty insane.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
I still ride with Bama here. I think Bama is going to have a huge adjustment year. It's either they are going to repeat what they did last year, or they are going to do what they've always done, and that is your one loss maybe type team.
Right. Right. Yeah. And I think to me, what it came down to in this game was I think Georgia is going to manage games. Alabama's going to be able to score points, and I think Alabama's going to be able to score more points than Georgia can put up in this game. But it is at Sanford Stadium, so I don't know.
I still think Bama has a very solid returning running back in Jam Miller, who I think he gets overlooked a lot, and I think he can easily be a top 5 running back in the conference. I'm a huge fan of Jam. I think with him coming back, it's going to be really good.
All right, moving on to the the revenge game here. They get Vanderbilt.
They're going to whoop that
Pavia
ass.
at home. Yeah, they're not going to overlook Vanderbilt 2 years in a row.
No.
So I gave that win to the Tide.
That's a lock.
I mean, it should go win, win, win. Bama should be 7-0 to start the year.
Yeah.
Yep. And then I have them dropping one to South Carolina, baby. That's right. We're on the same page.
Yeah.
We're on the same page.
Whoa, you just skipped Tennessee like that? You're not worried about Tennessee at all?
You're
No,
worried
because
about
it just
Joey
felt so
Aguilar?
good. It felt so good.
You're worried about Joey Aguilar?
So tell me what you want to say about Tennessee, because we can get to South Carolina in a second.
No.
That's fine.
I don't have anything to say. I was just kind of curious. Y'all don't even.
No, and we're also skipping the 11 a.m. Central Time start at Faro Field in Columbia, Missouri, which is
Yeah, well, that's a.
notoriously hard to play in.
Or the Mr. Backup at Penn State, Bo Pribula,
Yeah.
having to be the starting quarterback this year.
Can you say that again for me, just for me? Pribula?
Bo Pribula.
Pribula. Okay. We got it.
Nice.
All right. Yeah, so you have a 11 a.m. Central Time, God's time, start at Missouri, which is not an easy game to get up for, especially if you beat Georgia and you beat Vanderbilt to get that revenge win. Tennessee, it's the third Saturday in October. That's a rivalry game. I think they'll get up for it. I'm not big on Tennessee this year.
You got to remember the home team has won the last 3 games in that one. So I'm gonna keep riding with that. Well, actually, they've won the last 4. Yeah, because it went Bama, Tennessee, and now should go Bama again. So it should be they won the last 4, and I'm gonna ride it being last 5.
On the strip in Alabama, like the little bar strip outside of the stadium where everyone like parties, they have a Whataburger, and it's the only all-white Whataburger because they're not allowed to have any orange on that street. That's how much they hate Tennessee.
Oh,
That's
that's
a fun-
why.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No
the way that
orange.
came out-
No orange
The
allowed.
way that came out was
Oh
way
yeah, the
different.
branding. The branding. Trust me, there's plenty of diversity on the staff.
Whoa! I had to hesitate
This is
there.
why we brought you on. This is why I was like, yeah, we need another
I'm
comedian
moving
on
to
stuff.
Tuscaloosa.
Yeah. Oh man.
But so here's where things get interesting, right? So South Carolina, I always consider trap games to either be the week before a big game or the week after a big game. And of course, South Carolina being before LSU, you're going on the road. You get the bye before LSU. I think, one, just going off last year, the hype around the Norris, the hype around the talent coming back to South Carolina, I think this is a trap game for Bama. I think this is going to be one that they drop.
Yeah.
I think they handle LSU. What's your take on that?
I'm going LSU.
Okay.
Yeah.
Clearly. Also, I have a good reason, a good stat. This will be the 3rd LSU game that I attend in my life. They won the last 2. So, if history tells us anything, my attendance, they're undefeated when I'm there.
2-0 when he's
true.
there. We'll hold on to that.
Yeah.
But this game after gets really weird because
I got LSU as a toss-up, by the way. I think it could go either way.
I'm not confident in LSU. Like I don't know. Like
I'm not confident in LSU at all. I'm riding with Bama. But the one after that is where things get a little weird.
The Spooners.
Yeah. If this game was in Norman and they didn't lose it last year, I'm definitely going Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
But because they popped him in the mouth last year, because they beat him 24-3, you're not going to see Kalen lose to Vandy again and Oklahoma again, because those were 2 that were just like, holy shit, what the hell are you doing? We don't lose these games to these teams.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be dialed for that one. So
Yeah.
even though I'm big on Oklahoma this year, I'm going to keep Bama in that one.
Yeah. So I think right now we're at 3 possible losses for Bama. Worst case scenario, if they lose Georgia, South Carolina, LSU, and then you got Eastern Illinois Panthers. Go Panthers! Do your best. And then you go to Jordan Hare Stadium at Auburn. that's notoriously hard for Bama to win a game at Jordan-Hare. They shouldn't have won the last one at
It'll be
Jordan-Hare.
the first time for Kalen going to Jordan-Hare.
Yeah.
And that says a lot. It really comes down to where Auburn's at. Now I don't think Bama's going to lose this game. If it goes the way I think it's going to go, I see Bama passing with flying colors. I don't have much faith in Auburn.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get to them after this, right?
Yeah.
Or Arkansas, one of the two.
Arkansas.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll get to that one later because I have good takes on Hugh Freeze and that team. So
Yeah. I think I'm just going to label this as a toss-up just for worst-case scenario possibilities here. So we're looking at worst-case scenario 4-5 losses.
floor is 9-3, 8-4.
Yeah.
Ceiling 11-1, 12-0.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think so as well. Trevor in the chat. Bama goes 11-1 with an Auburn L. Oh,
Now, mind you,
that'd be great.
the fiance for him went to Auburn, so he's got a soft spot there, even though he's an LSU fan. So yeah, that might throw you off there. But I will say this: do you want to say in the records now or later? Or
No, later. I mean, you can tease it out. Obviously, we're talking about it, but we won't put our final predictions.
Trevor
up
and I
there.
have discussed this, even though we have a difference on the loss. Well, yeah, we're in that boat.